Someday feels far away until it's today. I don't know. I'm just thinking about how, even though we know the people we love won't be around forever, that they'll be gone someday, it never feels so soon. It feels like someday is never going to come until it does. Why is it that we never know how much time we have until it's gone? For most of my life, whenever I lost someone or something, or maybe I ended up not being able to do something with someone that we always loved to do, I couldn't help but feel so frustrated with myself because I would think about every opportunity I had to do that, every chance I failed to take. Now it's over, it's done. I try so hard to live my life to the fullest, so why? I'd ask myself over and over, why is it that I always lose precious time? Very recently, I came to understand something, and I want to share it with all of you, in case you've been struggling with this as well. I realized that the problem wasn't that I didn't spend enough time with them. It was that no amount of time would ever be enough. Because when you really love and care about something, you never want to let it go. And I know, they say if you love something, you let it go, but I don't think that means that you want to let it go. No matter how much time you get with that person, pet, or thing you love, it will never be enough. So when you run out of time, you find yourself looking for the time you could have spent and feeling regret. Like maybe you were super tired one day, so you didn't call that person like you planned to. Maybe if you knew they weren't going to be in your life much longer, you would have called, but if you took that approach to every situation, you'd never have any time to rest or do things for yourself. You were just too busy. Busy with what? Now you feel like the thing that made you busy was so much less important than the thing you lost. Maybe it was an excuse. It doesn't matter. It isn't it isn't it isn't that you didn't have enough time. Now it feels like you did have that time and you wasted it. It's such an empty, frustrating feeling. But the problem isn't that you wasted time. Remember, the problem is that no amount of time will ever be enough. Ever. No matter how much time you gave, even if you gave every single one of those seconds you claim you should have given them when you had the chance, even if you had done all that, you still would have found more. You still would have found more lost opportunities. You still would have beat yourself up over every lost chance. Not because you're a fool, but because it will never be enough. You can't see them anymore. All the things you wanted to do, you can't do them anymore. Let's stop beating ourselves up. Whatever time you gave them, it was enough. Even if you could have given them more, you gave them enough. And if you still feel like you had more time to give it to those who are here with you now. Give what you can now. Stop focusing on what could have been and turn your attention to what can be now. And if you ever find yourself that you are getting down on yourself, just remember that no matter how much you give, it's okay if it never feels like you gave enough. You're not alone in feeling that. Just give what you can. That's enough. You're enough. We wish we had all the time in the world, but realistically, I think it's good that we don't. I think if we had all the time in the world, then we wouldn't have any urgency to use it. I mean, think about it. Do you do things immediately when you think you have the time to do them, when you can do it later? Of course not. All the time in the world would never be enough. So use the time you have now wisely, but don't beat yourself up over time now gone. Anyway, I wanted to share this realization with others, so hopefully they don't get down on themselves like I did for so long and still do sometimes. This has been Maddie K, and I hope you have a nice night or day. Yay!